Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Go, Go, Go Bots podcast.
Go, bots. Go. Oh, that song, I hope it is not stuck in my head for the rest of my life, but it is there, living rent-free.
Yes, I'm Rob.
I'm GenBot.
The Geniest in GenBot.
Yes. Oh my god.
I'm David Bot.
I feel like I have to apologize because I did not remember that this was so bad. You have to realize that this was like concurrent with Armada, and our standards were like absolutely
different
in the cellar. Like the bar was so low.
Like, this was written, in English and was not translated poorly from another language. So
yeah, and that was a big boost over Armada, which, especially when you got to like Energon with the Unicron trilogy, at that point you're basically just putting translated in air quotes.
yes, like we just kind of ran this through Babelfish.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Google Translate was a thing by then. Just put it in Google Translate and there you go.
Yeah, we haven't changed any of our bookmarks since 1996 though, so.
The writing on this is probably the least of its problems.
I mean, it has many problems.
Yes, that's like on a list of top 10 bad ones, that's maybe number 6.
But yeah, so we have decided between the seasons, with the end of Rescue Bot Season 1, and before we move on to Robots in Disguise 2015 Season 1, aka the thirstiest Transformers, we are going to get, it's entirely Steeljaw's doing. We are going to revisit an older, an earlier attempt at the preschool age group, which was actually, as we briefly had a pre-show exchange where I picked on the wiki for talking about how Hasbro was buoyed by the success of 2001's Robots in Disguise, which it doesn't tend to jump out at me as like a super successful line, but I guess Rob, you were saying it did actually sell relatively well.
Yes, and I mean, it's kind of become sort of the forgotten sibling between the Unicron trilogy and the Beast stuff.
Well, that's probably because the rights to it are in eternal limbo. Thanks, Saban.
Lost and confused limbo, yeah.
And then those toys didn't age great.
Yeah.
Well,
and I don't just mean that all the rubber tires on mine have split.
All the rubber tires on mine were stolen by ferrets.
Oh
no. The remold redecos that are just Beast Wars toys are okay, but the rest of them, less so.
I like the construction guys okay.
Oh yeah, the construction company. That's a pretty neat little set. Weird, but neat.
Yes.
I don't remember
somewhere.
if I've mentioned the story on here before about how I had just moved back to the DC area after living up in the most northern reaches of Michigan for a few years, and I was all excited to go toy hunting, but there was a little bit of snow. And I called up my buddy I was toy hunting with at the time, and he was like, "No, but there's snow." I was like, "This isn't snow. I'm going out in this." I think I might have actually borrowed my parents' pickup truck because it was snowing. There's 2 inches of snow. I was so excited. I was gonna go and find some toys. I went out to Woodbridge and I was so excited. I found now I forget their team name, the Ruination guys.
Oh, jeez, did they have a team name? I know they turned into Ruination.
I bought the whole set of them. I was so excited. I brought them home and I took them all out and I put them all together. I was like, these toys are just G1 Scramble City toys and they suck.
Yep.
Oh, they were the Commandos.
Like, at some point it had just not clicked in my brain that these were just a reissue of some old toys that, from a toy perspective, were, especially from a toy perspective, in 2001 were not good.
Yes.
I'm so excited to have found them until I actually took them out. I was like, wait a second. I've been had. I went out in the snow. I risked life and limb to buy some Scramble City reissues. So, but yes, apparently it was successful enough that they decided they wanted to try the preschool line, which they had done previously, in the 1, 2, 3 Transformers. Actually, first, there was the Rescue Roy, which we discussed in previous episodes. Earlier than that, in the 80s and maybe a little into the 90s, there were a couple, that were like, they're very forgotten now. They're probably worth a couple dollars. But they were like a race car and a jet. And those were actually released under Play School. These were also released under Play School. But yeah, they decided that this GoBots line actually deserved a couple cartoon episodes. I like the note on the wiki page, about, there were only 4 episodes produced, animated by Wang Film Productions, each of which is just over 10 minutes long. The first 2 episodes came packed with a Speedbot toy in 2003. It does not mention explicitly, but one can understand that was on VHS.
Yes.
I actually had a couple copies of that I tossed when I moved in 2017. Along with all of my VHS tapes of Armada that I taped off Cartoon Network. The last 2 episodes actually aired on television, but only twice and only in the New York and Chicago areas.
Yeah.
And actually the copies that are up on YouTube, which I noticed it had like a little station identifier thing, and I was like, wait a minute, that aired? But yes,
barely.
Some.
It almost makes you wonder if there are more episodes of this that didn't make it out at all.
Yeah, because especially like the last episode definitely has like a mid-season sort of feel to it. I mean, as we will get to very soon, they're all just the same script.
Yes.
Pretty much.
So yeah, we can talk a little bit Wang Film Productions, which has a very interesting resume.
Really? I didn't look at that yet.
Oh yeah, they did a bunch of stuff for Hanna-Barbera, including Challenge of the GoBots. They did Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue.
Ooh.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Ow.
And they did the profoundly disturbing Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah, so it has also like an actual union voice cast,
Canadian
from the time.
Voice cast.
Yes. You get Brian Dobson, Paul Dobson, Alexandro Giuliani.
Night Scream, who sounds extremely Night Scream.
Yes. I actually thought that, Brian Dobson was kind of channeling some John DiMaggio in here.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Wait,
But,
there's 2 Dobsons?
Also,
There are like 3 Dobsons.
I'm very surprised looking at this to see that Silverbot and Reptron were not the same voice actor, because they're the same voice.
Yes.
I think it's once you run it through all the, like, processing.
Mm-hmm. Dobsons. We got Dobsons here.
We got Dobsons here. So anyway, yes, I do recall, back in the old days when, after 3H lost the BotCon license, some of us did a one-off show called Iacon 1. And we actually had a kids room, which was something that, you know, they hadn't really done with BotCon before, but in this case there was actually some, like, small child relevant, you know, merchandise out. So we bought a bunch of GoBots and put the VHS on, you know, back in the day when you would have the TV on a cart with the VCR. We had one of those, and we had a little One of the rooms was the kids' room, and we just put this on repeat. And fortunately, no single one of us had to supervise that room for so long that it drove us completely mad.
I don't know how. Unless the TV was muted.
I was in the art room. So I only occasionally had to experience the kids' room, but it seemed like a lot of fun. So yeah, shall we go ahead and discuss this brilliant work?
So all there are 4 episodes. They're each about 10 minutes long. And all of them were written by Sean Roche, who has an extensive
script.
It is kind of the same script. He's written a lot of animation. Going back to the 80s, the Police Academy cartoon.
Ooh.
The Karate Kid cartoon.
Nice.
Captain N, the Game Master. The Bill and Ted cartoon.
You had me at Captain N.
X-Men Evolution?
He did some of the more recent Superbook.
Yes.
There's
that's
a new
like a Christian
Superbook?
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
apparently
frightening.
ran until like 2018.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's 2011 to 2019. Looks like it's CG.
And also wrote a lot of Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego, which I watched a ton of back in the day.
I have made the mistake...
That was the cartoon, not the game show.
Yes. I made the mistake of looking at his IMDb list, and now I am wondering why there was a Biker Mice from Mars series in 2006, why I wasn't aware of it.
What?
And...
There was a remake?
Yeah, it came back.
His listings.
Yeah, I think it was like a sequel. I think they brought back the original cast and everything, because there was so much demand for it.
Well, I know what I'll be researching tonight.
Why was there was that's somehow like, how do I miss a cartoon that happened in the 2000s? What? I mean, not that I would have watched it, but the fact that it exists is like, was like a weird French co-production or something that just only aired in Canada.
No, it was apparently on Fox Kids.
That was the point where Fox Kids was like
apparently going
barely holding on. Had Rob Paulson.
Yeah, it did.
Jess Harnell.
90210's Ian Ziering.
Yes. Huh. I will look into this later.
And that guy who played old explorer Witwicky in the first Transformers movie.
Aha.
Was it like Thaddeus Witwicky or something?
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember he existed. I don't remember his name. That requires more remembering that movie than I tend to do.
Anyway, so for pretty extensive animation resume. Ended up writing all 4 of these episodes, and we begin with the pilot question mark. These are kind of interchangeable, except the 4th one introduces some continuity.
Yeah. Kind of.
And a bunch of new stuff, which is why I mentioned that it has a very strong, almost like a second season feel.
Yeah, that 4th one, actually, I think it ended, either I was going insane by the 4th one, or that was actually my favorite of them, because it introduced insane toy concepts without explaining them whatsoever.
Yes.
Anyway, so our first one is Typhoon Twister. And we get kind of an explanation of the premise in the intro. So, since the dawn of time, a race of super advanced robots have lived in the city Butropolis.
Butropolis.
The city is called Butt.
And once again, Transformers has a real problem with the concept of the dawn of time.
What? Yeah.
I love it when that happens. Since the dawn of time.
Like, you can't just have a robots that live in a city and that's happened since the dawn of time. No.
Right.
That's not how the dawn of time works.
Yeah.
So,
if a civilization has had long enough to be established, you're not at the dawn of time. You're some amount into time.
Yeah, well, the beginning, whatever. The writing is a little off, but like the first thing that hit me was like the colors and the designs are very 2000s era. Yes, they're eye-searing because it's still early in the era of digital paint, and things are just bright.
Yeah, I mean, also the toys were actually that bright.
Well, yeah, but it's.
Yeah, I kind of love the design of these, like, Metropolis counselors.
Yeah, the weird generics, like, I don't know, so they're Quintezon-like.
There's a guy who's kind of wearing, like, a daishiki.
Yeah, they are just odd designs.
The daishikiest in Daishiki-Bot.
Don't feel like Transformers designs, and yet they feel like something that Floro Dairy could have drawn.
Yes.
It
Only
is worth
cuter.
noting that unlike Rescue Bots, this has it's Transformers : GoBots, but it doesn't actually use any. These are not Autobots or Decepticons. They are not from Cybertron. So there's no like actual Transformers like world building. I don't know.
Yeah. So it turns out that, I guess every year they send a team of GoBots to protect and serve the planet that needs them the most. This year that planet is Earth. And honestly, it's probably Earth every year, because have you been here lately?
I just want to take a moment to point out that this is just aggressively colonialist and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, well,
I mean, they're really only living like under one of our theme parks.
Yeah.
Of course,
still.
We'll get to this in a little bit, but they're not so much helping the people of Earth. They're not protecting the people of Earth from like natural disasters or like human villains. They're protecting the people of Earth from other GoBots.
Yes.
Yeah, just random renegade GoBots.
All of it is so problematic. So just the hubris.
But anyway, we've got to choose the team, and first off, they choose the very best in Aero-Bot.
Hey, he had the biggest toy until Hauler-Bot, so that's why he gets to be leader. Also, apparently, my nephews really like the toy of him that I sent them at one point.
Ooh.
It is kind of a neat-looking design, except for the head, which, well, that's a continuing problem with all these. The heads are weird.
These have weird heads. I kind of appreciate how weird their heads are, but they're also kind of upsetting. It's hard to describe, actually.
I mean, they're not entirely toy inaccurate. This is basically how the toys' heads looked.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have, like, very standard... That is something that they seem to have done here that they decided to do differently with Rescue Bots. Rescue Bots is a lot more grounded in being Transformers than this is. This is not nearly so grounded, and part of that means throwing out concepts like the helmet and face heads. So they do have a lot of funky heads, but that was, that's just brought in from the toys.
Yeah, but like Aero-Bot's head is sort of like shaped kind of like the Tick's head or Sentinel Prime's head. Mm-hmm. But like with a weird mask on and like goggles and teeny tiny eyes drawn on, and somehow it just doesn't all gel together as a robot head. Or at least robot head in the traditional sense that we know it from Transformers or Gundam or whatever else. It's odd.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, they also chose the fastest in Speed-Bot.
I'm sensing a trend.
The strongest in Strong-Bot. I mean, it would be embarrassing if he wasn't the strongest.
It would. It really would.
The wildest in Wild-Bot. Wait. No, sorry. The beastest in Beast-Bot.
No, I'm sorry.
The wildest in Beast-Bot. Like, is the wildest really a good qualifier?
I mean, it depends on what you need. Like, if it's like that dumb episode of Beast Wars where everybody goes blind and then Tigatron has... No, that was
Rhinox.
Yeah. There's the one that Tigatron has to help them.
Oh, that's Call of the Wild?
Yeah.
Where they all get stuck in beast mode.
Where in that
and
case
their beast instincts start taking over?
Yeah. So
and then Megatron goes out in like hilarious Great White Hunter gear.
Yes.
To hunt them.
Oh, is that
It was recently pointed out on Twitter that Black Arachnia has a drum that's got like a white tiger hide over the drum, and they're wondering if they specifically went and dug up Tigatron's girlfriend to make it.
I think that episode actually happens before that one, though.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Oh.
Yeah. And the most clever in a Buzzer-Bot, who is maybe the one who's the most based on any existing Transformer, because he's very Waspinator.
Yeah, I really like that the Waspinator inspired one gets to be the most clever.
Yes.
It's adorable.
And amusingly, there's a later toy of him that turns into a motorcycle, much like Waspinator.
That is a good point.
Oh,
and it's a very, like, thrust-looking motorcycle.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's got sort of a wasp theme.
So
motif.
So this alternate universe love Waspinator?
Yes.
Perhaps
it does.
So, and then we get the theme song, which is repeated many, many times in these episodes, and is the reason that I can no longer eat solid food or recognize simple shapes.
Like,
go, bots.
Go,
There's
bots.
So much,
Go, bots.
There's so much going in this show, even apart from that. When they're all, like, going to Earth, there's, like, go, and we're go.
And all systems are go.
Go pods, use the go
so
scanner.
many times.
And it's their catchphrase. They just say randomly, go, bots.
But it's like they append go to everything. It becomes incessant. And that theme's like, I took a break after watching the first one to watch another video because, well, I don't know. There was something that popped up. No, after the first one, it was like someone just linked me something, so I watched that. But after watching the second one, and after watching each one, I had to watch something else because that song plays like 6 to 8 times in every 10-minute episode. Just go, bots, go, bots.
Look,
and like there's other
they
music.
only had
3 songs.
They only had 4 episodes, but they had to get in an entire season worth of saying of the theme song.
Yeah, that's a thing. And they're like short episodes, but it like that theme song is not good, overly repetitive. It only has 4 words. Go Bots. No, it actually only has 2 words. It's
go and bots.
Yeah.
It's like that song will not be appearing in this episode. Like normally I take the opening theme song of something when we do something different and stick it in the episode. Like I stick intros in the episodes. Like, oh, when we finally get started talking about an episode, that's when I stick the theme song in. And it's fun to do that sometimes when it takes us 10 minutes to get to the beginning of an episode. But for this, I'm not including it because that song is horrid. Oh, it hurts. Like, as Rob said, it removes joy in your sense of taste.
I have found a little joy again because I was poking around the wiki, jogging my memory on this toy line because, like, between me and my cohorts at the time, there was a lot of collecting of it going on and getting very fixated on stuff. And then honestly at this point it's just I found some of them in my computer parts closet when I was moving, and the ones that didn't have serious like rubber gunk or GPS problems were given to my nephews. But I was just looking at the Buzzer-Bot toy, and there's just a line in the wiki that says this mold was redecoed for release in Japan as Billy.
I just saw that too. Like
Billy.
And one of the other ones is named Max. So they just gave him cute names?
They just gave them cute,
adorable and weird
English people names, which is kind of adorable. Also, Billy is what they call Blaster in the Omni Headmaster's dub, so bonus points.
Yes.
There.
Yeah.
So yes, we open Typhoon Twister with our reckless bot of the episode, Silver-Bot.
Yes, who is an Aero-Bot redeco.
Who is not silver at all.
I mean, the toy is kind of silver.
Like he's orange.
Kind of gray-ish.
Yes.
And apparently his first toy was released as Silver Bolt.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Oh, I guess the toy is silver, but like in the episode, he's mostly like white and orange.
And he also has what kind of looks like a little soul patch.
Yes, he does, which is not on the toy.
It definitely makes him look like more of a douche.
Yeah.
Yes. Presumably that was the intent because it is not actually on the toy. So that's how you know he's the evil redeco. Also,
Yes.
I apologize for the meowing in the background if my mic is picking it up. Arya has decided that she needs to be on the porch.
Oh, yeah, it's the thing.
She cannot be on the porch.
The quote-unquote evil GoBot in each episode is just a redeco of one of the other main characters.
That's only
Except
true
for this episode, they're all black redecos.
Well, that's not true in the third one.
Well, okay, the last episode has one new one.
Well, don't forget Reptron's Rampage.
Yes, he
Wait,
is
the
a redeco, but not of someone who's been...
Beastbot guy doesn't have a Dinobot redeco?
Yeah, I think there was a Dino Bot, but he's not on this show.
Yes. So he is...
Okay. I don't know. The good guys change alt modes. I thought I just missed one.
Yeah, it was a little... By the third episode, I was definitely like, so all the black repaints are the bad guys.
Yeah.
You're getting a little too on the nose here, guys. Settle down.
So we open with Silver-Bot, who comes out and decides that this planet is a great place to test out my powers. And specifically, he's at the Island Pearl Resort, and there's a giant sculpture of a clam with a giant pearl in it.
Yes, as is perfectly normal and reasonable. So basically, the true villain of all of these episodes, the true villains are hubris and toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Because you have someone who's basically been... One of these bots has been chugging Monster, and they're just like... I'm the best at everything. I'm gonna go be the best and have a bunch of fun. And they're frat bros. They're like super coked up frat bros. You can choose to interpret coke in whichever form you would like. But they're definitely, they're bros who are just like super hyped up and raring to go.
One might say aggro.
Yes! They're like super aggro frat guys.
Yeah, so he creates like a giant whirlpool. It somehow becomes what is referred to as a hurricane, but is definitely not a hurricane.
They refer to it in the title as typhoon, but it is absolutely just a water spout. It's a fairly significant water spout, and that's not a hurricane. I mean, I guess when you're 3, maybe you think that's a hurricane.
I mean, listen, rescue bots would not make this mistake.
No. But like, brightly colored characters causing natural disasters in a not quite Hawaii, but definitely meant to be Hawaii setting. Just like it gave me a flashback to Hawaiian Slammers.
Oh god. The only cartoon to come out of the 90s Pog craze.
Yes. Another cartoon pilot that didn't go anywhere.
And that also basically wasn't released.
Yeah. Well, did that come out on VHS? I thought
it might have come out on VHS, but it didn't. It was a pilot that did not get picked up because it's terrible. Even by 90s cartoon standards, it's atrocious.
I mean, it's bad. But
I did notice
there is just as bad that did air
when they were picking the team for this
biker mice.
When they were picking the team for this particular mission. They told the beasts to stay home, and that made me sad. They're being very truck not monkey on this particular mission, but I felt a little better a couple episodes later when they made the non-beasts stay home and only brought the beasts.
Yes,
so.
And this is where we see the 2 GoBots who are not in the opening credits, Kidbot and Gasbot.
Who are not named in this episode.
Kidbot is
They aren't. I don't think they're named.
They don't
till the
speak in this episode.
third episode, maybe.
I think it's the second episode where they're named, because they're not in the third and fourth. They're just in this one and the second.
Oh.
Kidbot is kind of like a kid proportioned. Initially, I just thought I was missing his tail. He was like a monkey.
Yeah, because he sort of does make monkey noises at one point, and well, we'll get to.
And then Gasbot is like a living gas pump.
Yeah, but he's a robot.
Yeah, he's basically a bot.
Yeah.
Or he's like the Gonk droid from Star Wars.
Yeah.
These were little
Gonk.
like PVC figurines that came with the so this brings us to one of the things that we will notice very shortly. One of the conceits of this show is that GoBots had a lot of basically characters having multiple toys that were just all the same color. But when they do that here, what it comes down to is you've got a robot mode that's based on the robot mode of one of those toys, but then they can transform into any of those other alt modes. So there is a speed bot. The default speed bot is just like the little race car, like, not like a Formula One race car, but like just a standard sports car. But then there is a Formula One version of him that came out, and these Kidbot and Gasbot were little figurines that came with that. So that's where they're from. I had to look it up, though. I had forgotten.
And they don't speak. They just make weird Frank Welker monkey noises.
Yes. They will have their Spritle and Chim Chim moment soon enough.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not quite like Minicon noises, because I did sort of think of Minicons, but it is more like monkey noises. It's sort of somewhere between Minicons and monkeys.
Mm-hmm. And so anyway, they all live and work in the Go Pod, and they get in the Go Shoots to go bots.
Dun, 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 dun.
So much going! There's so much going.
So yeah, it's Aero-Bot, Strongbot, and Speedbot to the rescue. Already there is a cruise ship that is looking to be Poseidon adventured by this hurricane / typhoon. So we get a shot of them shooing the passengers back below decks. And these passengers are very calm.
Yeah, nobody's screaming or running. They're being very chill.
So once they get there, Silverbot is all, "Hey, Aero-Bot, you want to race?"
Oh, race me, bro?
As you do. Because again, very just aggro bros.
Yep.
"Want to race me, you pussy?"
The true villain is aggro bros.
Are you chicken?
and because Silverbot is such a bro, he decides, well, it's not, I gotta make this a challenge for myself, so he tries towing this cruise ship, much to its detriment.
That's not how cruise ships or jets work.
No.
To its strange
and also,
animation errors. Like the anchor chain is on a separate frame. Okay, that's fine. But when the ship is bobbing up and down, the anchor chain is not moving. So the anchor chain is just sort of hovering in the air right in front of it until he yanks the chain and it moves. It's just a little animation error, but with the bright colors and the anti-aliasing on these pixels, oh my god. Like, seeing it in as good quality as you can get for the first 2 episodes on YouTube, it's eye-straining, like, the video quality of it.
Yeah, I do kind of wish I had held on to that VHS so I could maybe try another rip, but the guy who uploaded it does have, like, this is apparently the improved version, so...
Mm-hmm.
I think that's as HD as it gets on YouTube. And it did not look good.
On YouTube from VHS.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So luckily this cruise ship is towed to safety. But so Aero-Bot gets challenged to another race. And this time, the loser leaves the planet.
Even though, like, the GoBots have decided they're protecting this planet this year. I guess they're just gonna up and leave. Like, oh well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess even though he is the best in Aero-Bot, that will still leave the strongest the fastest, the wildest, and the cleverest.
That's fair.
So, they'll have to send in the second best.
Yes.
Or, they won't because Silver-Bot gets slammed in this giant clan.
Yes.
And meanwhile, while this is happening, Speed-Bot is just towing a bunch of buses to safety.
So again, like over sand.
Yeah.
Like, again, not how any of this works.
And then his path gets blocked by palm trees. Then power lines fall over, and then the palm trees catch on fire.
Which,
escalating peril.
Yeah.
But luckily, Aero-Bot takes that big pearl and then just hucks it into the ocean. And that causes a big splash, and that puts the fire out.
Yes.
So
sure.
Silver-Bot is trying to smash this, he's trying to grab this pearl, which apparently floats now.
Well, because it's not an actual pearl, it's just part of a sign, so it's probably
right.
hollow.
But it's I guess it's hollow, but it also made that huge splash instead of just punking in there like a beach ball.
Well, yeah.
We're asking a lot of physics in this episode.
Yes. Well, we're about to get to that because Silver-Bot gets caught in this hurricane, and then
This hurricane that's literally just a single water spout.
yes. So now Aero-Bot and Speed-Bot are going to race around this hurricane in the opposite direction, like the Flash,
This is
and that
like
will somehow dissipate it.
this is like when they had to tell people in Florida not to shoot at the hurricane. It's exactly what I thought of, was them thinking that they could shoot at the hurricane. This is where ideas like that come from. You have to be responsible in your storytelling.
So this does work, and also we of note here, all the humans just know who the GoBots are.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no attempt at robots in disguise.
Nope.
Nope.
And especially since Aero-Bot is not in no way a recognizable human airplane.
No.
Well, none of them are quite exactly that. Plus, they're also huge, apparently. The hugeness was not made clear until the 4th episode, but they're larger than normal cars.
Yes. So, and Silver-Bot says, I realize now that I can't just dick around on Earth with my powers. Maybe one day I'll be able to train, and then I'll be one of the GoBot heroes like you.
Get used to that speech.
Yes.
He specifically said a GoBot protector. Protector. They're using GoBots from the other GoBots. Listen to our Patreon episode.
Well, they do own them at this point.
Yes.
So these are actually renegades, not called renegades. Just dicking around, all macho, around the universe, trying to get people into races. And being converted to being protectors, even after causing massive damage and suffering no apparent repercussions.
Nope.
They just go back to Botropolis or Botropolis, and it's
Look,
fine.
they're juveniles.
I think you
Their
mean they have
records
to go back to Botropolis?
Oh,
Their records will be sealed. It'll be fine.
diplomatic immunity.
That's right. He's still a juvenile.
Yes. I would hope so, considering his behavior.
Alright, so that brings us to episode 2, Arctic Oil Spill. And it is basically the same thing, except instead of a beach resort, it is an Arctic village of some sort.
It's a ski resort.
We've
gone from Hawaii to Alaska.
Yes, the freak states.
Yes.
And we just change it. We change out a fast plane for a fast black car.
That is Mototron.
Driving around being a dick.
Yes, Mototron is a Speedbot redeco.
Yes, and this is where I didn't even notice the Spritle and Chim Chim bots in the first episode, really. I didn't notice them until here. Because I was being distracted by the music. And they even have They even have the plane Aero-Bot tow a damn boat again with a chain.
And did you notice that the boat has the same captain?
Oh, I didn't notice that. He's just the captain of everything.
So I guess in some kind of order we've got
the color of the boat has changed.
It's an oil tanker.
But jeez. Yes. Oh, towing an oil tanker uphill.
It's like Fitzcarraldo.
This episode. It's the last episode. It's a very find and replace to change the plot.
Yes.
Where have we seen this
so
before?
Mototron decides that Earth is a fun place to chill, and just ends up smashing through this oil pipeline, and there's just oil flooding out into the unspoiled wilderness.
Oops.
And it's time for, and this time it's Beastbot and Speedbot, and of course Aero-Bot, who go out.
Yes, Beastbot has, again, like I was saying, they would put out a toy, they'd put out like multiple toys that were the same character. He has a gorilla mode and a presumably cheetah, but actually just adorable kitty cat mode.
Kitty.
Well, I think he was originally released as like Cheetor.
It's a kitty.
Wasn't there like a, now I have to dig too far on the toy page, but
there's like 6 different decos of that Cheetor Beastbot kitty toy.
Mm-hmm.
Reds
there's
and yellows.
Gorilla Bot. He was originally Gorilla Bot, and then he got the name Beastbot when they did the Cheetor one, but since it was the same colors, they decided it was the same character.
Yes.
Shares the same base mold with Chuck, Tigertron, George, and the heavily retooled Predatron. George. I'm assuming that's a Japanese release in this context.
It was gonna be the summer of George.
Yes, George. And then the katakana is a helpful GoBot.
And one of his other toys list. Similar toys include Greg. Robot named Greg.
Have a new source of joy is knowing that these just had normal English human names in Japan.
I kind of want a Greg now. Just because Greg.
It's Greg.
So they get there. Once again, Aero-Bot is going to have to tow this oil tanker, I guess, up to the mountain so that they can then put the oil in it.
That's not how oil tankers work. That's not how ships work.
I mean, it's possible this is just the same ship from last time, and this guy's just, you're just going to have to fill the cabins with oil.
It's also brown this time.
We repainted it brown. You're just going to have to fill the cabins and, like, the pool with oil, and that'll work somehow.
I'm pretty sure there are trucks that are made for this sort of thing, so you don't have to have a jet tow a ship up. That's not how anything works. I can't deal with it.
And then once again, Mototron sees this guy, and he's all like, hey, how about a race? Race me, coward.
Debate me, coward.
And Aero-Bot is all, no, you may have noticed that I'm actually towing a giant oil tanker right now. I'm very busy.
Yes.
And so he just breaks the tow chain, so this oil tanker is now speeding down the mountain.
It's not good.
Sure.
And also these pipes are just rolling down the hill towards this ski resort.
Yes. There's a lot of pretty serious peril going on here.
And I believe it's around this point that Mototron says, I'm the best bot ever, you know.
I guess maybe he is aiming to replace Aero-Bot.
Well, more like the jerkiest in Jerkbot.
Yes.
Anyway, back at the GoPod, Kidbot and Gasbot are mysteriously missing, and it turns out they are in Speedbot's trunk, which I know we've talked, back in Prime, we talked a whole lot about how Smokescreen didn't know there was like this giant shard of jagged metal inside him.
Yes.
But Speedbot did not notice that there were 2 people inside of him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, at least the Mach 5 was not a sentient being.
No, moving around, probably scratching themselves.
Providing commentary.
And he was in robot mode when he left.
Yeah.
They somehow snuck into him in robot mode. Like giant parasites.
Yes. Exactly like giant parasites.
And they, of course, try to help and then immediately screw it up and almost die.
As the Spritle and Chim Chim do.
Yes.
Yes. As is the way of their kind.
Oh, I know everyone loves that Speed Racer movie, but there is too much Spritle and Chim Chim in that movie.
Well, any Spritle and Chim Chim in any Speed Racer is honestly too much Spritle and Chim Chim, but that movie's real fun.
Yes. It is fun, but there's too much chimp in that movie, I'm sorry.
Yes.
These people shouldn't own a chimp.
No one should own a chimp, but yes.
No.
They beat up Nanjas.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely shouldn't own a chimp.
I'll just say that's that, not me trying to discourage my cat from jumping directly on my desk again.
So we all end up in a mine. Mototron is racing through this mine. He ends up racing Kidbot and Gasbot, who end up in a rail car.
Yeah.
Yes, they're in a mine car, which he's just like driving down the mine tracks, but also there's a mine car, and scale is not a thing they care about.
Yeah.
Not really, no.
And then Mototron ends up like smashing through a pillar and causing a giant mine collapse.
I mean, yes, it is worth noting. We mentioned how all the stories are basically the same, but they do all end in the, quote, bad guy being defeated by their own hubris.
Yes.
The other characters don't even need to be here. The good GoBots don't even need to show up. They just could leave the bad guys to be defeated by their own hubris, and there you go, the end.
Minor natural disasters and chaos and destruction of property and threats to human beings, but yes, the good guys could just completely ignore the renegade GoBots, and things would kind of work out on their own. Kind of.
I mean, I guess, they have to avert the titular Arctic oil spill.
Yes, or
they have to
Typhoon Twister.
Yes.
They have to clean up after their own countrymen.
GoBots, come get your man.
Maybe if they really wanted to protect Earth, they could have just not shown up.
Yeah, you wonder, why these people all just decided to go to Earth? Are they always causing trouble throughout the galaxy? Are they suddenly encouraged to do this so that the GoBots will have something to do on Earth?
Well, that's because they declare the Earth was the planet they're protecting this year.
Yeah.
Except they're only protecting it. I guess the question is, there are two different ways you could interpret that. Either their aggro frat boys are just constantly causing trouble everywhere, and they just choose one planet to actually help. To actually do something about it. Or alternately, you get the old, G1 Marvel Optimus Prime angst of, we brought war to this planet. None of this would be happening if we hadn't shown up and brought the Decepticons with us.
That's how I think it works. At the beginning, in the first episode, they announced, we're sending these heroes to go to Earth to protect it. And there was a broadcast all over Gobatron or wherever Boteropolis is. So everyone this year has heard of Earth. So it's like when they think, I'm going to cause mayhem. Oh, I've heard of Earth.
Woo, spring break!
It's the last thought that was in their little drunken frat boy head.
Yes. That's basically, they have declared that's where spring break is this year, and now they have to deal with the consequences.
GoBot spring break, woo. Yeah, he is trapped in this cave-in, doomed by his own hubris.
As they all are.
They pull him out, and basically the exact same thing from the end of last episode happens. And also, Kidbot and Gasbot are sentenced to polish the GoPod.
Except then they're, really excited about that, and then they're like, haha, you sure love everything there is about being a GoBot, which feels really branding-y.
Yes. You even doing our chores.
Also, it makes me wonder, I mean, I don't think anyone has ever told me that I love everything there is about being a human, because there's not, like, other options. So it's like, are they uplifted from other races? Like the race of being a gas pump?
I mean, being a gas pump sounds pretty terrible.
I guess.
With every step I take, all I can hear is the horrible sloshing of my flammable innards. I plunge my arm into my compatriots to fuel them. Please end my terrible life.
Please hope that's just an arm. Yeah. Oh, and there's catchphrase infringement that gets said in this episode. Gotta go fast.
Yes, there is
Sega
also
might
that.
Be concerned there, guys.
Oh, and there's a great exchange between the captain and Aero-Bot, where he's all, I don't know how you're gonna get this huge tanker up that mountain with go power. Like,
yeah, which,
that doesn't explain anything, Aero-Bot.
No.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
That's what I call my energy drinks too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get filled with go power and get this done. Sure.
I'm gonna get filled with go power and pass out.
You know, on this planet, we just call that meth. And that brings us to episode 3, yes. Reptron's Rampage.
This one has a dinosaur.
It does
so
have a
shout out to our friends who like dinosaurs.
That's right.
Third verse, same as the first, but yes, there's a dinosaur in this episode at least.
And an ancient temple.
Yes, which is always fun, but that temple's not long for this earth.
Oops.
So this time we are in the jungle.
The mighty jungle.
TM.
The Reptron sleeps tonight.
And it's going to be a great place to push my powers to the max.
To be fair, Transformers has a long history of things taking place in the jungle, TM.
Yeah.
That was a popular setting in G1, seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, so it's very familiar and it's out of the way. And admittedly, aside from destroying trees and tearing down vines, the first thing Reptron does I actually kind of approve of. By nearly killing some colonizers trying to steal shit from a foreign ancient city. Go Reptron?
Yes.
It belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because this is a straight up Indiana Jones temple.
It very much is.
Well, it's sort of vaguely South American ziggurat pyramid thing. And it's more Legends of the Hidden Temple than Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Look, this was 2002. We didn't question our colonialism yet.
Not quite. It was early days.
So
and actually, I think these are the two humans that have the most dialogue.
I think they are, because they've got accents and everything.
And they're just annoying British guys trying to steal shit from a South American temple.
Oh, yes. So he ends up causing a giant flood. He also knocks down a ton of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Doing just lots of general destruction.
Yes.
There's a lot of general destruction being performed by these methed up frat boys.
And so this time it's Beastbot and Buzzarbot who are heading out on the mission. It is the Beast Boys' time to shine.
Yay!
B-boys.
I'm glad that Buzzarbot got to go on something because he's adorable.
Yeah. So Aero-Bot, he starts building a dam, and by dam I just mean like just a giant pile of trees and rocks.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah, sure. You just build a giant pile of crap. Boom! It's a dam.
Well,
yes. Good job.
Beavers do that. It works, kind of.
I suppose.
When you have the help of a groundhog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, prairie dog. Sorry.
So while Aero-Bot is doing this, it's Beastbot and Buzzarbot who have to deal with Reptron. Buzzarbot sounds extremely Night Scream in this episode, which does not endear him to me greatly.
Aw, that's fair.
Remember, as you will recall from our Beast Machines episodes, Night Scream, the worst.
He's pretty bad.
Which is a shame, because
The worst.
But I like Buzzardbot.
his voice actor seems very nice and is a good actor, but yeah, Night Scream was not a good character.
Yeah, no, nothing against him. He was very good on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they're also kind of playing a weenie.
Which, like, the episode where he sang and had such a beautiful voice, that was like, Night Scream could sing?
Well, most of the time he's just too busy
He's a bat.
shooting his dentures at people. I mean, it didn't help.
Only.
What a hideous character design, my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, now I just really want him and Beast Machine's Silverbolt to start an emo band. Sing about their feelings.
Wings of the Night.
Yes! It's terrible. I love it.
They would be a retro goth vampire band, wouldn't they?
So yeah, they stopped some of this flooding. Reptron and Beastbot ended up once again challenged to a third race.
Mm-hmm.
This time through this vaguely Mesoamerican ziggurat, and it is full of. And once again, it's okay. You know, loser leaves Earth.
Yeah, but there's like arrow traps, fire traps, a giant pit of acid.
Giant pit of acid.
Perfectly stable after all of this time.
Yep, just
it
bubbling
hasn't
green
like
acid.
separated into parts or anything.
Theoretically acid.
And
It could just be green bubbling slime from Nickelodeon that just has air pumped into it to make it bubble.
Oh sure, it's just a bunch of gack.
It's just algae. It's just some very active algae that's got a lot of, producing a lot of oxygen.
And apparently this temple is so shoddily constructed that as these traps activate, the place just starts to shake itself apart.
Well, there's giant robots running down its hallways that are just big enough for them.
Yeah,
It's not
Reptron
much of
is
a
just
surprise.
destroying a priceless archaeological treasure here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, by the end of the episode, it turns out yes. Which is
Yeah, Aero-Bot and Buzzardbot are just sort of running around and fixing this thing as it shakes itself apart. So yeah, sure, it's fine.
Yeah, they basically have Superman's put the Great Wall of China back together vision powers.
As you do.
And at any rate, Reptron ends up once again trapped by his own hubris inside a big net.
Yes. Just hanging upside down from the ceiling.
And once more, the day is saved.
By hubris.
Yep. Well, by the GoBots and also not hubris. And also, I forgot, we get a new character model for Speedbot in this episode, and he looks weird and creepy.
Yeah, is it a different robot mode?
I think it's the same robot, he just has a different face.
Oh.
It's like a weird, I think it's
there's-
closer to his toy.
Yeah, like there's a few shots where like he doesn't have eyes, so he's just this flat gray. It's very weird.
Yes.
Well, his eyes are a weird design to begin with because they're like slits, but there's a couple times where he's not drawn with those eye slits, and it looks unsettling.
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of catchphrase infringement, there's a paraphrase of "with great power comes great responsibility."
Yes.
Yes. Which is honestly kind of the entire every episode, but they actually say it almost this time. So they talk him into going back and training to become really good so he can be a Aero-Bot protector one day. Good job. Yep. Go get all A's.
Go, get all A's.
Go home.
And that brings us to episode 4, Racer-Bot Road Rally.
Yes. So yeah, this has a weird, I was trying to look up, apparently the toys that are featured here, didn't actually come out until after the line ended. I remember there being something weird going on with that. So it was a whole thing. Also, Hauler-Bot, he was large.
Yeah,
he was
this
$40
episode,
toy.
this is definitely the best one because it's just completely insane with toys selling gimmicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Buy me.
And so this one actually starts a little differently. Instead of opening with them already destroying stuff on Earth, we open in Botropolis, where Racer-Bot Alpha and Racer-Bot Beta are racing through the streets, causing mayhem and toppling an entire skyscraper.
Who I think in here are only referred to as the Racer-Bot twins.
Yes.
Yeah,
but then yes, also they absolutely murder thousands of people.
Like, come on, guys. Like, it's 2005. 9/11 was 4 years ago. We can't just be knocking over skyscrapers yet. It's too soon.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
They didn't do it on purpose. They were driving up the skyscraper and it just sort of fell over. I kind of gotta blame the architects there. You have a city full of robots who can transform into vehicles. You figure somebody at some point is going to drive up the side of one of your buildings.
I blame Batman and Robin.
I blame their parents.
Well, actually, I blame the GoBot Council because apparently they tested their new experimental super material, Go Brillium, on these two.
Yeah, on these absolutely, on these absolute chodes. Like, I don't even know why they decided these two.
Well,
I guess you...
Kind of standard cartoon logic. You test the experimental thing that might blow someone up on juvenile delinquents or criminals or the twins from Animated.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up those two.
Who were good boys, but they were kind of messing around, screw up boys.
They've got goofs, but these two are just maniacs. These two live their lives a quarter mile at a time.
Those two...
These two are basically stunticons.
They are fast and furious.
Those two are just adorable kids. These two are delinquents.
Oh, yeah.
Also, thumbs up. Also, cat, stop.
Yeah, these two own knives and know to show you that spot in the woods where people drop off old porno.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Well, I know what that kid looks like.
My animated boys. They're good boys. But yeah, these two are delinquents. I don't know why they decided, except, I don't know, even in the real world, I guess experiments are done on prisoners.
Anyway, so the Go Brillium makes you partially invisible.
Yeah, the effect has a very strong, clear toy with a painted underside effect going.
It's probably the best effect in this entire show with the transparent lines.
It makes you into one of the Shadow Strikers.
Yes. Yeah.
That's definitely something we're going to watch for the show at some point.
Oh no.
It's kind of like, I think it was from Tonka. It's kind of pseudo Mask, except they had the power to, it was a bunch of vehicles with little figures, but also they could, large portions of them were cast in translucent plastic, so they were partially invisible.
Oh,
they made a cartoon pilot, and it's awful.
This rings a bell.
Is that one of those things that basically was an attempt to reboot Mask under a different name, or is this an entirely different toy company?
No, it's Tonka. I think, was Mask Tonka? No, Mask wasn't Tonka. Mask was Kenner, I think.
I think Mask... I feel like a bad person of my generation for not knowing this.
I think Mask was Kenner, and I think, but Vortec was an attempt to remake Mask.
Vortec, that was the one I was thinking of.
It was part of the Power Block with Beast Wars, powering up the Power Block.
It was Kenner. I looked it up.
Yeah. Okay then. So this was not connected to Mask, but it was terrible, and there is a. The entire pilot is online, on YouTube. Actually, I think, uploaded by friend of the show, Monzo.
Ah.
And one of the villain's characteristics is that he communicates entirely in bad old, celebrity impressions.
Which...
That sounds really annoying.
Like the best and worst character?
Oh, it's extremely annoying.
I expect lots of Jack Nicholson.
There is a Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
There's also Norman Bates and Norman Bates' mother. And I think Katharine Hepburn.
Okay, yeah, this is going to be a Patreon episode at some point.
Oh, like Katharine Hepburn.
Really, I do. Anyway, this episode.
I think my impression may be better than the one featured on the show. Yeah, this episode. So they're going to go on the Interstellar Challenge course, which is a giant Fast and the Furious style race across the galaxy where we literally see them driving through space and just ramming through asteroids. It's amazing.
I had some strong Energon flashbacks there. I just...
Energon and just like so many other things have done races in space. Well, admittedly, it's not like they're running on the rings of Saturn with their own feet and it's like an animated flashback with Blur, but like cosmic race that somehow goes through or ends up on Earth is like classic sci-fi trope. Is that might actually be part of the basis of or Car Ranger. Wait, what is the Japanese?
Well, I know that there's a bit in a bunch of old Quasar comics where they have like a giant galactic marathon with all of Marvel's super fast characters. And also a mysterious, red-garbed, stranger from another universe who calls himself Buried Alien.
Buried Alien?
That's terrible.
This happened, I think, a couple years after Crisis, and it was written by Mark Grunwald, who was like a big old-school DC fan. You can probably guess what his deal was.
Yes.
No, honestly, no. I'm not getting a buried alien pun.
Like Barry Allen, you see, who was the Flash.
Well, sorry, he's not the first Flash I think of.
Is he the first Barry you think of?
No, that'd probably be Chuck Berry or Barry White. No. My introduction to most of the DC universe is the cartoons. Wally West is my Flash.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, what the heck?
So we now cut to the Go Pod, and the GoBots are receiving the highest honor from the Metropolis High Council, the Go Shield, which they just sort of beam towards them.
Yeah, so apparently the toys at first had like a chubby Autobot symbol, and then again, this is where it gets really toyetic, is this one they replaced with like a sort of I guess hexagonal G. Mm-hmm. Which, yes, they just sort of beam onto them.
Except for Beastbot, who is out on a secret mission.
Oh.
And I'd say that it's because his voice actor was on vacation that week, but no, because he's Paul Dobson, just like Aero-Bot. So maybe this actually meant like this was going to continue into something.
Yeah, like I said, this has a really like second season or at least mid-season vibe. It's weird.
Like this episode kind of feels more like a real show.
Yeah, this one feels
albeit an insane one that makes no sense.
Yeah, like the first 3 episodes are like the same plot. It's basic, whatever. This one feels like a first episode plot or like the sketch of a first episode where we need to add 10 more minutes to make this a story instead of just a series of incidents. But at least it has more story incident than the previous episodes of here's a jerk, causes chaos, we have to fix it.
Yes.
And speaking of, here's one of the former jerks. It's Silverbot. He is apparently converted to the side of not being a dick anymore.
He has already been reformed and re-educated.
That's right. And he's saying, hey, listen, you guys gotta watch out for the Racerbot twins. Cause they're coming your way and they are hell-bent for leather on Go Brillium.
Again, we just call it meth here.
So you are going to need a Hollerbot to help you out. Time to sell this huge, weird toy.
He was a very large toy.
Who comes with a pterodon pet and
At no point is this pterodon... Yeah, I guess the trailer turns into a Go Brillium supercharger.
Yeah, but it's sort of turtle designed. I didn't realize it had a head of its own. It's just a trailer in the episode. Yeah, but it has a pterosaur that, like, I think it actually speaks with Holler's voice at one point. Like, it doesn't get a name, but it's clearly an independent entity.
And it's never mentioned.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like, nobody ever says anything. Hey, isn't it weird that you have, like, a pterodactyl just kind of hanging off you?
And yeah, it's really not clear whether it's a pet or an extension of his own consciousness.
No.
Yeah, even though at one point they all load up on the trailer and then the pterodactyl just grabs them and flies them away, like it's never mentioned that this is a thing that's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. this was like their big toy. Like, I remember being out with, toy hunting with some friends and finding him and Unicron in the same stop and, having to go get a buggy. And someone absolutely dropped a hundo that day. He's very, I think he was in like the $40 to $50 range. Which back then, that was in 2003 money.
Yeah.
It's like $1 million now. It's not that much, but it's a lot.
So yeah, they're the racer bots. They're going through the desert, and the Go News Network is reporting an actual human race that's going on. The Rattlesnake 500.
Is it clear at any point whether the Go News Network is a GoBot organization or a human organization?
It just appears to be human because we see two people in the helicopter, and they're just normal humans. And in fact, the guy in the copter identifies the Speedbot twins as some kind of alien monster cars.
In the previous episode, like, people knew what GoBots were, and in this, they don't, but they look like cars. They're just bigger than regular cars. I don't know why they look alien.
They do know, because I think later on that guy is all, well, good news. The GoBots are here to save us from other GoBots.
Oh.
I do want to point out that one of the RacerBot twins is a really sweet-looking, like, 50s hot rod.
Yes.
He looks cool.
And they're just homicidally indifferent to these human racers. At one point, one guy just gets knocked off a cliff to his doom until he's caught by Aero-Bot's Go-Go gadget arms.
I mean, they've already murdered dozens, if not hundreds, of their own people.
Fine.
So obviously they have no concern for
GoBots are strong, they bounce. But I can only assume they learned about Earth and Death Rally, races in Death Valley, from watching Speed Racer. Cause,
and decided that they must cause,
running cars off the road.
Yeah, well, it's called Death Valley, so I guess that means we better kill some people.
This is where we get to kill people, right? It's like the Purge, except it's all the time and only in this location.
Death Race 2000. One of them is Frankenstein. Or is Frankenstein the name of the car? Wait, no, actually that'd make more sense if there was
Frankenstein. Frankenstein was the guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think the cars had names.
Not in that one.
No, they might have had it in the Jason Statham remake.
Probably.
I don't remember. I did like the remake, but I don't remember.
It's not bad. It's got some good Joan Allen.
Yes.
Anyway, so they, luckily, and I assume that Aero-Bot's toy had these Go-Go gadget arms.
Yeah, there was,
or should I say Go gadget arms?
Wait, did he actually even have hands on the toy?
There was one that had, like, a later release that had, like, punchy fists.
Oh, okay.
As a feature. Yeah, there was, in fact, at the end of the series, there are some that are listed on the wiki as Aero-Bot Flying Fists and Silverbot Flying Fists.
So they just hurtle over the Grand Canyon and then run out of Go Brillium halfway through.
Oops.
And then just hilariously plummet to their doom. Except they're saved.
They just Thelma and Louise right off of there.
They're saved because the good GoBots are also on GoBot meth.
Yes.
Thanks to Hauler.
Yes, the turtle is actually a meth lab.
Apparently he's supposed to be an ankylosaur.
Really?
Apparently.
Oh.
Okay.
He's sort of...
Sure.
Maybe. I guess they're sort of turtle looking.
It's very cute, though. I pulled up, the TF Wiki, for the most part, defers to the tfu.info pages on a lot of these.
Yeah,
which
pictures.
actually means there's a fairly significant chance that some of these were toys that I had, or at least my friends had. We took a lot of pictures for them. But the turtle has I guess it has an ankylosaur tail, but the face is more turtley, but it's definitely 100% super adorable. It's a very good face.
And so once again, Speedbot, they get the telling off, like, you can't just casually murder humans. You gotta train so you can be cool robots like us.
Someday you too will be cool like us. And they're like, gosh, we really want to be cool like you. They're not just like, screw you, the man. Which you would think would happen more often, but I don't know.
Listen,
maybe ultimately, the methed out frat boys realize that those in power are just their own evolved form. And so they realize that they need to continue to buy into the system.
And so that is Go bots.
Go,
and I believe
go,
I am going insane.
Oh, that theme song. It's an earworm because it's 2 words over and over and a basic Casio drum beat. Oh.
I mean,
this was,
it's infectious, but so is the coronavirus.
I did absolutely still remember it, so I definitely ended up in the kids' room enough times for it to implant itself into my skull before I got to go back to the art room. So yeah, it's definitely not up to, I kind of wonder, like, okay, I was gonna say it's definitely not up to Rescue Bot standards. I kind of wonder, like, how much, if it's just a matter of them not, choosing to not put a whole lot of effort and investment into getting, like, more episodes and maybe some extra, like, maybe the writer charges by the plot. And so they were like, well, if we just use the same plot 4 times, can we just pay you once?
Listen, we've got some money left in the budget for media for GoBots, but we don't have a lot.
Yeah. I mean, as you mentioned, though, this was the only Western-produced animation we were getting at the time, so this was 100% of Hasbro's animation budget here. So they just didn't have very much of one at the time. So I am sort of curious, like, if they just actively chose to half-ass it this bad, or if it was just that they had bigger ambitions that got cut down to being 4 episodes, 2 of which were on a VHS tape pack-in, and the other 2 aired twice in New York and Chicago.
Because they could not sell it as a TV series because it was so bad, but it was so bad because they could not sell it as a TV series, but it's a good thing that the movies came along and gave Hasbro a budget.
Yeah.
Because watching this, especially right after Rescue Bots, and how much I've enjoyed Rescue Bots, this was painful. This was repetitive.
Like I said, I didn't remember it being quite this bad, and I have to assume it's because the bar at the time was so low.
Kind of.
I mean, the bar was basically on the ground at that point.
Yes.
Yeah. So anything was pretty fun and enjoyable.
No, I this is around the time when I remember, I think, enjoying those, like, CG G.I. Joe specials that, Hasbro produced.
There was a CGI.
Valor versus Venom.
There was CG?
Oh, yeah.
I think they were, yeah. I mean, I don't think they were good at all, but
either I completely forgot them or I never saw it.
Then. Not bad. They were not badly translated from Japanese, so they seemed amazing.
Oh wow, that was CG. I guess I completely missed that. Oh.
So
I kind of remember seeing the toys, but not anything animated.
This did make me kind of nostalgic for the toys. I did like the toys. My nephews have liked the toys enough that when I was hanging out with my sister over the holidays, she brought up, like, what are the search terms I need to use on eBay if I were to want to procure more of these?
Yeah,
unfortunately, looking up GoBots is not super helpful, but,
Transformers GoBots, I just did look, and I couldn't find like Greg or Max or Billy, but there are apparently a bunch of them for like $15 to $20, and they are adorable looking toys. They're cheaper and easier to find apparently than rescue bots, which are hard to find on the secondary market. I've looked. They're expensive.
I guess that show was on forever and was popular.
Yes.
So I kind of apologize for putting you all through this, but I'm kind of nostalgic for the toys now. I might have to see if I had kept any of those anywhere.
Yeah, the toys are fine, but watching all 4 episodes of this, I think, was a mistake.
I think I might have a racer bot that I like found that wasn't with the other ones that I had found to give to my nephews, so I like kept him aside to later give to my nephews, so maybe I'll see if I can find him. But yeah, it's not a good show, and I'm sorry that I subjected you all to it. We probably should have just stopped at the first and second episodes. I didn't realize that all of the episodes were literally the exact same plot.
But the problem with that is actually that the 3rd and 4th episodes are better?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark? I mean, there's a dinosaur and there's more happening in the 4th episode, but...
I do like the dinosaur.
Those first 2 episodes are just the same episode.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be back next week with a couple of special guests.
Yeah. We will have, actually our previous occasional guests on, Superhuman Samurai Cyberpod, Greg Sepelak and Trent Troop will be joining us, because they did a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff on our next series, Robots in Disguise, 2015. Parenthetically, I'm gonna need to work on my like implied tonal parentheses. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I watched a good bit of the show when it was running. I lost track of it because things happened. I was moving. Everything was a disaster. But yeah, I'm looking forward to taking another look at that.
And until then, of course, you can find us.
No, I was just going to say we can complain about the time shifts and the scheduling and the fact that some seasons aired in other countries well before they did in America.
Yeah.
It was weird, although that will come up in episodes.
Yes. And of course, you can find us, until then, you can find us all over the internet. We are on Twitter. We are on Facebook, and we have a Patreon.
Yes, we are hosted on iaconunderground.net, where we have a Patreon set up to help with hosting and other expenses. Patreon.com/iaconunderground. And every month we put out a special episode where we're doing something a little different. July, we finished up Kimono Friends. Not sure what we're doing for August yet. Maybe we're gonna see New Mutants?
Maybe?
No, July was GoBots. June was the end of Kimono Friends.
I have lost all sense
August,
of time and place.
I don't know.
Yep.
July was, yes, we watched Challenge of the GoBots. So we're being a little bit thematic.
I'm not sure I could say is any better than this. The music is better. Barely.
Yes.
Yeah. The GoBots, the Go.
I mean, it helps that we only watched one episode of it, so we don't know that all of their episodes are exactly like it.
Yes.
So until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm the Genist in GenBot.
And I'm Repto David. Good night.